Okay, topic 5, valuation of future cash flow. So the first question that we'll cover today will be calculating annuity values. So your company will generate $45,000 in cash flow each year for the next 9 years from a new information database. The computer system needed to set up the database cost $260,000. If you can borrow the money to buy the computer system at 8.25% annual interest, can you afford the new system? So basically in this question, they are telling you your company will be having 45,000 cash flow every single year for the next 9 years. All right. And then you need to set up a computer system which costs you 260,000, and the yearly interest rate will be 8.25%. So they want to know, can you afford the new system? So basically in this kind of question, what you need to do is you need to find what is the present value now. The cash flow that you receive for the next 9 years, what is the total value you receive it today, okay, at time 0. So let's work on the equations, the calculation for this. So first of all, to start, you start with writing out all the figures that you need. So you need the $45,000. This $45,000 is your cash flow. Okay, it will be also known as your payment, PMT. All right, the next information that was given to you is the years for the next 9 years. So this one will be known as your period, N, or also as time, T. Next information was given to you will be the interest due per year, interest per year. Interest per year, which is 8.25%. Okay, this could also be known as R, interest rate. And the final information given to you is the cost. The cost of the whole new system is $216,000. So you want to know at today's value, after receiving 9 years of 45,000, what is the value today at time 0? And the cost is 260,000. Can the value that you will receive the next 9 years covers today's cost of 260,000? No. So the question here is, can you afford the system? The system which costs you $260,000. All right. So what kind of formula should we use for this kind of equation? Okay, so you can use the present value, and with this equation, PVA equals to C1 minus 1 over 1 plus R power of time divided by R. This is one of the equation. Or the second equation will be PVA equals to PMT 1 minus 1 over 1 plus I and divided by I. Both of this equation is similar. All right. So how do you fill into the formula? So back again, just now you already noticed, or you already know each of the component of it. So you know that the payment or the cash flow is $45,000. This could also known as C. Okay, and then you know that the period N or T is 9 years. The interest rate or R is 8.25%. So fill this into the formula. Before we fill into the formula, let me show you in the timeline how does this looks like. So in the timeline, basically for period of 9 years, this is your N of 9 years, time 0, time 0, time 1, time 2, all the way to 9 years. So each year you'll be receiving $45,000 all the way till the 9th year. Okay, So this is your PMT. Okay, interest rate here is 8.25. So you want to find what is the value here. All right, you want to find the value at time 0. So to find that, you fill in into the formula. Just now the formula I mentioned to you, I already showed you. So PEA, we use the second formula. It's easier to digest and easier to calculate. PMT 1 minus bracket 1 over 1 plus interest rate power of n divided by interest rate. Close. So your PVA will equals to payment of $45,000. Okay, 1 over 1 plus 0.825 power of 9 divided by 0.825. So your PVA that you calculated will be 278,210.88. This is the final answer that you get. All right, so you got the answer. You need to give the statement now. You need to give the statement. Okay, so what is the statement? 278,210.88 versus your cost of $260,000. So definitely this figure is bigger. So the amount that you will receive is bigger than the cost. Therefore, what happened? Yes, you can afford a new system. This will conclude your answer for this type of question. All right. So, whereas some of you might want to know how do you want to use this how do you want to use the calculator to calculate this equation? So, if you use the calculator to count, you will use calculator according to this direction. So first, click on second, clear PVM. Then plug in 45,000, click PMT. Then key in 8.25, click I/Y that you can find on your calculator. Click in 9 and then input on N, which is period. And finally, just click compute PV. Then you will get the 278,210.88. All right, so that's all for the first question.